Good, you clicked on the video. Do not buy the Vector bot. It might be this version, might look like this, it might even be this one. I just saved you about $300. I have first-hand experience with why you do not want to purchase one of these Vector bots, especially in late 20, early 21. There's a lot of hidden costs. It's borderline a scam, and it really doesn't do much. So if you're a parent or a techie and you're buying this for yourself, you might want to stick around for this video. Alrighty guys, so about a year ago, I made a video unboxing, setting up, and doing some initial tricks and, showing off the Anki Vector. And I wasn't super impressed with it then, but it wasn't blatantly a scam, it wasn't ripping anybody off, and it certainly wasn't a waste of money at that point. However, I'm going to share my screen here, and Anki has actually gone out of business and sold the rights to their Vector bot to Digital Dream Labs over here. Now, more or less in a nutshell, what this means is that they shut down the servers for the Vector bot. So now it's completely brain dead. Hey Vector. See, no matter what you say, I mean, he doesn't really give you time to finish because, well, he's not connected to a server right now. And the fact that you have to pay for an actual monthly or yearly subscription to the server for this thing, and it's not even very cheap, $7 a month for what this thing does, which is substantially less than a Echo device with, Schmexa, which is a much better virtual assistant, or even what you have built into your smartphone, whether you're on, Android with your little Google Assistant or your little Siri Assistant on an iPhone, can do a whole heck of a lot more than this thing. Granted, this thing's kind of cute, and it does buzz around your desk and whatnot, but it's also kind of creepy when it's the middle of the night and it turns itself on and starts zipping around, scaring your dog. It virtually will respond to your voice, and that's about it. You cannot do any of the features that you could do before, like checking the weather or even asking it to do tricks around the house. It is completely brain dead. So you basically have a useless piece of tech unless you pay an additional cost, which is, unless you pay a subscription cost, which is not cheap by any means, especially for what the Vector bot does, which is honestly not a lot. $47 per year or $7 per month. I could understand if this was $2 or $3 a month and about $15 or $20 a year. And honestly, I feel like that is still a ripoff for what the Vector actually does. There is more you can do with a Google Hub or a Amazon Alexa or any kind of voice assistant, even Siri built into your smartphone, or Cortana if you're on an Android. There's not a whole heck of a lot this little robot can do, and primarily it's parents buying these, but then the kids get sick of them after about a week because even before this shutdown and the servers going offline, going cold, there wasn't a lot to do with this little bot. It was kind of gimmicky. My stepdaughter got sick of it real quick, and then I ended up kind of taking it from her because she completely forgot about it in her closet. And I, being a techie, I started playing around with it a little bit and whatnot. But I noticed a lot of these features that they list on here are blatantly incorrect. It's supposed to have state-of-the-art sensors. It would fall off my desk constantly. It would knock over cups on my desk and stuff like that. It was very clumsy, very ditzy. The onboard camera, which they say it can take selfies of you and stuff like that, had terrible facial recognition, and it's like a 2 megapixel camera. It's bad. It's like a 720p camera that you would have on a early 2000s smartphone. It's not impressive. And the price that they want for this thing, this is VectorBot 2.0, but look, it looks identical to the model that I had, but it has an increased battery life with 30% more runtime. That's another thing. There's no way to physically shut this thing off. There's no on and off switch on it. You can tell it to go to sleep. All it will do is go back itself into its little charging dock and close its eyes, but it's constantly listening to you. Improved camera resolution. A new 2 megapixel camera. Wow, what an upgrade. For Vector's facial recognition, which again, you could hold a baked potato next to your head, and granted, I know I look like a baked potato, but you guys probably don't, and it's gonna autofocus onto the baked potato. It's unfortunate. But $300, you can buy an Xbox Series S for that, a brand new console. Then they try and upsell you with the Escape Pod license, a $97 value. The extended warranty, another $47, and they don't even tell you anywhere here. They don't really make it blatantly obvious that you have to pay a subscription. They say it includes 1 year,
But you have to come all the way down here to the bottom to find out that there is now a membership, because this didn't exist when it was owned by Anki. This wasn't a thing. But the fact is, you couldn't do much with this little bot when it had full server support, so now you really can't do hardly anything. And people want an absolute killing for this. This is the version that I had, the Vector bot by Anki. And I will say, I sold mine on Facebook Marketplace for pretty much what I paid for it, which was not this. I got it on super sale. I didn't rip the guy off or anything. And I upfront told him, this now requires a subscription service. It doesn't do a whole heck of a lot. And he's like, that's fine. It's just for my daughter, blah, blah, blah. And I plan on getting the annual package anyway. I was like, okay, sir, just making sure you know that, and I wanted him to know that up front, so I didn't rip somebody off. I certainly didn't charge him that. I'll tell you that right now. But anyway, it's very frustrating. And the fact is, they're already developing a 2.0 over here for an astronomical price, which doesn't do hardly anything new here. If you read the fine print here, these are the only upgrades here. What it needs is a big software or OS update so it actually can do more, because right now, like I said, I can do more with my Amazon Alexa. Granted, it's not a pet or anything like that, but it's more practical, at least for adults. It's a virtual assistant. I can do a whole heck of a lot with that. Even for kids, they get sick of it so quickly because there's not a lot to do. So I just want to put this disclaimer out there that you guys really should steer clear of the Vector bots. They now have been purchased by Digital Dream Labs. And if you look at all their products, they're super gimmicky. Like these RC cars over here. The concept is cool. You can build a track and race these cars, but I've watched like YouTube reviews and read forums, Reddit forums and whatnot about these, and people's kids get sick of them real quick. They're apparently really slow. So these just aren't good quality toys in the long run. And it's unfortunate because this thing was marketed so well, that it's a pet robot and it can do this and that. I have B-roll playing throughout this video of it doing certain things on my desk and whatnot. That's about all you can do with it. And half the time it doesn't even respond to your voice. It'll just look at you with these big confused eyes, blink a couple times, and then go back into standby mode. It's a very frustrating product to own. And as a parent, spending that much money to have your children get sick of it that quickly, for that price, you could have bought them a video game console, and they're not going to get sick of that. I'm sure they'd be playing with their friends online and watching DVDs on it and, watching YouTube and Twitch on it, listening to music through it. So, yeah, this is a waste of money, a blatant waste of money. And hopefully this video has saved some of you guys some hard-earned money and time and energy. If this was beneficial for you guys and I just saved you guys about $300, please like the video. That helps it to get seen by more people so this information can benefit them as well. Subscribe for future tutorials and heads up around consumer products like this, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a great night.